What is going on, Fish family? It is 2026, and we're back. Oh shit, we're back with some Death Ratio. I am your host, DJ Simpik, and I'm joined by my illustrious co-host. It is Garrick Bartholomew. Yeah.
Oh, hey, yo,
Yes,
what's up,
sir. Yes,
man?
sir. Yes, sir.
New year, new D's, nuts.
New D's nuts.
New
That
D's,
is
new year,
that is
new D's.
correct. That is correct. Hmm. How are these new how are your new D's doing?
My new D's are pretty good so far this year. I'm not kidnapping political leaders or anything. In the beginning of my 2026, I'm thinking I'm keeping things relatively low key in my neck of the woods over here. Been getting really into Outlast lore
Oh wow.
recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So yeah. Me and some of the dudes, meaning like me and I believe Xander had interest, which shocks me. And Ernell was like,
There's no
"I'm
spiders in
mega
that game,
down,"
right?
which
There's definitely no spiders.
I don't think so. And like Ernell was like, "I'm hella down, right? I was super mega down," and I was just like, "That
That's not
doesn't shock
surprising.
me."
Yeah, that's not surprising.
And then Gio was just like, "Oh, I already have that game," and I was just like, "All right, crew assembled." So I was like, "Well, I've tried to play like the Outlast games in the past, but I find like you can only run away type horror games very frustrating to play." Because when I personally engage in fight or flight, I do not often personally choose flight. So not being able to fight in a video game, even where I'm probably gonna die, is frustrating.
That is definitely frustrating. Definitely frustrating.
So I ended up getting into I started with the lore of Outlast Trials, which turned out to be like the way to go, because that's like a prequel game apparently. Which is obviously what we're going to be playing, because that's like the co-op experience.
Right.
And so like I'm fully caught up all the way through season 4. Season 5 is like currently active and running. The game is fucking ridiculously fucked up. The lore is super interesting though, man. I was listening to like the recap of starting like of like the prequel stuff, and I like paused the video and I double fucking checked the link, because I was just like, because they started talking about like the Cold War and like the disassembly,
whoa.
the fucking
Did I click on the wrong
dude,
thing?
straight up. Yeah, they're like, they start talking about like the disestablishment of the OSS into the reestablishment of the CIA, MK Ultra, and I'm like, did I click a fucking history
is this
video
like a
accident real
secret
quick?
cult initiation? Is this like a secret conspiracy theory that may have like you know what I'm saying?
But no, dude, the lore is just really interwoven with early World War One to like through like World War Two and the Cold War events. And it's directly like the story's like directly tied in with MK Ultra and like the experiments that actually did happen in real life. Of course, like this is very like fucked up and exaggerated. God, I hope it's exaggerated.
Yeah.
Right, but I've seen some clips, and the dude,
Where's the Outlast files? Where's the Outlast
dude, that game
files?
is right, dude. That fucking game. I've seen some crazy clips of some of like experiments and trials that you do. Your therapy in the name of like basically being desensitized so you can be turned into a sleeper agent. It's crazy shit, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, that's the thing. What that people forget about like good games is
I love good
that
lore. I
like
love good lore.
You have to build it, man. That's why and that's why I keep talking to you about Tarkov, like, and how like that, like world building and the lore in that game sets it apart from like everything else that I've played.
Right, just a run of the mill load in and shoot people, right?
Yeah,
there's
like
stakes involved with
Arc
each
Raiders is the
outing.
same thing. Arc Raiders is the same thing. Hunt Showdown is the same thing. Like there's like another extraction shooter that tries to emulate Tarkov called Arena Breakout Infinite.
I've heard of it. I've heard
you
the
just
name.
look at it, I'm like, this looks soulless. Like it probably
man.
plays pretty well.
Dude,
I'm like, this
the
looks
other
soulless.
games all have like a reason to be doing exactly what you're doing, like within the genre,
Yeah.
like it to make it make sense.
Or like the concept of the world was created before the idea of the game was created, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
That is more valuable to anything, because those other games they try to copy, they think about the game itself first before they now we gotta build around it
before world building, right? And sometimes that stuff comes off as like it legit reads. I was like, oh, this was secondary. This was this was not like your core.
Why the fuck am I picking up a fucking clock? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like
exactly, dude.
So.
But it's really interesting when it comes to like lore stuff like that, because like obviously like I haven't personally played Outlast 1 or 2, and I dove into the lore in preparation for playing Outlast Trials, and we had like another
make
person.
Your experience so much more.
Oh yeah,
like,
and we definitely
rich.
had like another person who was like interested in playing with us at one point, and they're like, oh yeah, like they're like, oh, did they? And Gio was asking some of his friends because like he saw me getting into the lore, and he was like, oh, do you guys like know about the lore of the video game? And he's like, oh no, man, I just play the game. I like, and I'm just like, wow, the fucking duality of gamers, dude. Like motherfuckers that just be like, this looks like a cool horror experience, and just cold buys that shit. And I'm out here like 6.5 hours of lore deep, and I've not even booted the game up.
Yeah, dude. Man, I think you and I, we share the same brain when it comes to that type of stuff, because like I knew a lot of, different lore for games that I don't play. Like, remember I sent you the 8 hour I sent you the 8 hour video of Payday 2's lore,
dude,
and I was like,
I don't care about Payday. That was one of the sickest lore videos ever, dude. 8 hours, man.
You watched
8 hours.
You watched it. I was like, you watched it because I told you about it. I was like, dude, fucking Scarface is canon to this, and
dude.
You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
8 hours of just lore, dude, for a game about robbing banks.
Yeah, dude, and it's like somehow they've made like every guest star, like guest character canon to the story.
Dude,
somehow.
That shit, I love it when you can fucking do that. Like, you pull it off, man. That shit's so like it's immersive and funny. Like, so good.
Like the COD Zombies lore, dude. They started off as like that is an example of the mechanic came first, but then the world they built after it was like, oh shit, like
we gotta do something. Yeah, we had to do something with this.
Yeah, like
and you're just like if you think about this too hard at all, this shit falls apart instantly,
dude. Bro, there's like, the COD zombie. Do you know about the COD Zombies lore?
Dude, no, because I'm not like a COD. I'm not a COD guy. So like, I've just like it's something I've definitely missed out on.
It goes to like eldritch, like beings. It goes to like a level. Yes. There's 2 different timelines in dimensions. There's multiple timelines. There's 2 dimensions. They interlink somehow through like a few characters. But that's all governed by 2 godly beings that are at war with each other through like psychological like fucking warfare. Like they're just like these are like the world that you play in is kind of like just like the sandbox of these gods, like just fucking mind controlling the characters that like one has the mind control on one group of like the zombies characters, the other dude there's like fucking Agartha, dude. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy.
What the fuck?
It's crazy. Dude, you gotta dive into that lore video. I promise you'll be like, no fucking way. There's a dragon in it. They go back in time to the medieval ages and they find fucking wizard staffs and like controls the fucking. It's like on some like Assassin's Creed level, like
I have
Apples of Eden shit.
Oh yeah, dude, I've gone down some rabbit holes on like fucking Assassin's Creed videos, or just literally obviously anything from Software, because that's the only way you can get the story.
No, that's the way you experience the story. That's the only way you experience that story is through VodiVidia or
VodiVidia.
yeah, VodiVidia. Shout out VodiVidia, man.
Dude, fucking doing the Lord's work. Did you see he's publishing a book, dude? He's legit shit.
Yeah,
He's publishing Elden Ring lore as a book, and I was like, yeah, I'm a cop. Like, I'll probably pick that shit up.
Get it. He almost made me buy the disc plates he had when Elden Ring first came out. He had like the cool like disc plate design.
Oh yeah.
But we're not talking about disc plates because we're talking about New Year, New D's, and remember 2025, and much more because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio where we're slashing through the podcast space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear each and every week. If you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to patreon.com/GoodKrakenPods, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen.
Yeah.
You can also help us level up our game by going to the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down in our description section below, then subscribing to our podcast channel by searching for Death Ratio, DEATH space RATIO, and enter and leaving a review there. Garrick,
What up?
We got some critical hits to address.
Ooh.
Critical hits.
We got critical hits.
Bing. Yeah, critical hits.
How we do?
This is the first episode of the year. Welcome to 2026.
Sure is.
Episode 90. 90.
We're almost at the big 100.
We should break
What should we do for that? We should do something for that.
Break all terms of service for that. That'll be the final episode.
Like, this is actually like we crash out hard.
Yeah, like it's like how many slurs can you say in 50 minutes?
Just make the worst piece of content possible.
No. That's when we do the shift and we start grifting. Episode 100 we start grifting hard. We just start fucking. Actually, I think Clear is woke slop. Reddit slop.
Right? Just like I was literally gonna say, just start just grifting real hard, like all right pipeline.
It's like, they don't design female characters.
Everything's so woke
with the gamers in mind anymore.
If you're gonna make me walk behind a female third person for 30 hours, the least you could do is make her thick.
Yeah, make her attractive. Like what's so wrong about making an attractive character? Ah, man.
This character doesn't really do it for me. Inserts picture of several objectively attractive, woman protagonist leads in video games. Dude, fucking you guys, I hate that community with my soul.
If we ever start doing that, guys, just to know, it's for money, and two, we would never.
Yeah,
do
we
that.
sold out hard.
Yeah, we sold out
hard.
Our
souls went with it.
They dropped us like some money we can't refuse type of money. Okay, like that's the only time you'll ever see us. But we'll only do it for like a few months, 6 months at most, and then we'll go back. All right, so just like if during that time, unfollow us for like those 6 months, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll clean up our act.
We'll make the show better with all that money. But speaking of shows coming back, we got Songs from the Abyss episode 24. Is it 24? I think it's 24.
Yes, 24 and 25 now.
24 and 25 this should be out now. Songs from the Abyss.
Yeah, they're back. We have 2 new episodes for like the first time in 4 months.
Yeah. Our D&D action play is out. Ernell did a great job.
How many? Yes, dude, it looks so good. I love like the cuts with like the new formats. It's fantastic. How many episodes do you think we like actually realistically have backpiled?
We have like
a few, like
8?
A lot.
Maybe like not 8, like probably like I can't say the numbers, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's above 5 and below 8s. That's all I can say.
So dumb. Jesus. Yeah, somewhere,
I can't even go to the
somewhere in
gym.
the ballpark, dude.
I can't even count. I can't even do inventory at my work or go to the gym.
Dude,
I'm
I said it like just not even thinking about it the other day, and my wife was just like, "Why is that such a go-to number naturally?" I was just like, "It's like
Northern Lion." There was a clip in Northern Lion
number.
saying that's why it's so genius, because whenever you're describing something, everyone's like, it's about 6 or 7. It's like 6 or 7, like, you know.
Dude, it's so because nobody wants to say 5.
Yeah,
nobody wants to be like
5
in the
just feels
middle,
fake.
right? But anything less than 5 is like it's unsubstantial, right? So, but like nobody wants to be halfway. That shit's unreal. So you got to bump it up to at least a 6.
You can't say 8 or 9. That's like feels like too much. Why not say 10?
No,
you know?
dude, because then it feels like you're trying to avoid saying 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'll say half a dozen. It's about half a dozen. I think that's what. About half a dozen.
That's the loophole.
Yeah. It's either half a dozen or half a baker's dozen. Oh, half a dozen, half a baker's dozen. Oh.
Sort of.
Episode 199 of the Shipwreck Show is out now, and it's our 2026 predictions, where I predicted I would freeze. I'm dead fucking serious, DJ. I don't know if you watched that clip back, but I was just like, no, he's not frozen. He's not frozen.
I was so fucking sure you were doing a bit. Dude, they're like, he's frozen, and I'm like fucking inspecting your camera. I'm like, nah, he's
genuinely not moving. He's genuinely not moving. It's really funny because Xander like zoomed into the part of the background where I don't think this ever moves like at all. Like this, you can't see it on the camera for our video listeners or for our audio listeners. But like that part of the fucking camera is not.
I was like, of all the things to zoom in on, I was just like, it never ever moves.
This does not move. But I mean, if I had the fan on, I guess. But it's, yeah, I don't know.
Shit cracked me up, man.
That's just so funny. Also, 20,000 Films this week. They haven't had their episode yet, but they're going to be talking about their 2025 movie of the year, the Modi movie of the year.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But that does it for critical hits. Garrick, what do we got next for the Beepo? The Beepo.
Oh yes, it is time. It is time. For the first time, we gotta line them up. We gotta line them up because it is time to talk about video game releases in the line of sight.
Yeah, line of sight. These are the games that are releasing as of this recording date, which is January 6th, till the day before next recording date, which is Monday, January 12th. This list is from Game Informer. They already have their 2026 video game release schedule. Recently, it's now on their website.
It's looking pretty slim early in the year.
Early in the year. I mean, they updated it a few days ago. But if you want to check this out, go to GameInformer.com/2026 to check it out. So, starting with today, on PC Early Access, we have a game called Star Rupture coming to PC.
Oh yeah, it's like, I think that's an early access game, yeah. If I recall. I saw like a clip about it, like, or I got like a notification for it on YouTube about like somebody doing like a no bullshit review, and I meant to click on it and watch it, and I just forgot.
It seems like
because that name immediately sounded familiar.
A co-op game, like
it looked kind of Risk
game.
of Rain-y.
Yeah, it might be like a Risk of Rain type.
I don't know if it's a roguelite though.
Next up, we got Heartopia for PC, iOS, and Android coming January 7th, which is tomorrow, which is the day you're probably listening to this, so today. Single player game. It says simulation as the genre. Maybe it's like a Sims thing, like maybe like a city manager.
Or it's just like a what kind of sim though?
It just says
That's so vague.
simulation. Um,
Hmm.
I can't check the product website, so we'll just
Interesting.
yeah. We'll just move on to January 9th. 3 days from now, Pathologic 3 is coming to PC. A lot of PC releases, so
Yeah, I do. I feel like we don't get like console games until like the end of like first quarter,
yeah, no.
springtime.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Speaking of spring, we have Big Hops for PlayStation 5, Switch, and PC coming January 12th. So next Monday. I don't you play as a frog actually.
Like
It's a
on
platforming game with frog. You're playing the frog. Big Hops.
3D platformer or side scroller?
Looks 3D. Looks 3D.
Cool. I like 3D platformers.
Well, actually, I don't know. The cover is 2D. Cover is like cartoony. But the related article here, it shows like looks like 3D. But I don't know. That wraps up for our January releases. So
That's it?
yeah, that's all we got.
Well, shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what's next, Garrick. What
Everybody
got
spent
next?
all their money. There's no
Yeah.
games to buy right now, anyways.
What if GTA 6 just shadow dropped like tomorrow?
Yeah, dude. Just months and months and months in advance, dude. No fucking nothing.
They're like, actually, like the delay was a publicity stunt. We're actually releasing the game
Here it
right
is.
now.
Dying.
I feel like they would do some shit like that, but at the same time, I don't think they.
That would be like, dude. That would be that'd be the weirdest play. I think that would like cause stock market crashes or something. Like that would
Dude,
fuck up something.
no, that would have to be so chaotic because everyone that is thinking about playing that game is taking off of work, and it's gonna be such a scramble.
In November, they like got it booked already.
They already scheduled
dude,
the
fucking
UPT, bro.
the entirety of the fucking United States has a sick day tomorrow. Like it just shadow drops it.
Yeah. Like, actually, I gotta call out. You're the fifth person to call out today. Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. I came down with GTA. I can't. It's super sick. It's really contagious.
Yeah, man. But we got the end game next. Oh yeah, end game.
Oh shit. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. It was such an abrupt segue.
Just like how GTA 6 will abruptly release tomorrow. Just like yeah. So our end game is our headlining segment. We cover priority topics, conduct team reviews, and have discussions around all things relevant to gaming. And today we want to kick off 2026 by talking about 2025 and our top games of 2025. Because we didn't really get to have that discussion. We kind of just like talked about the Game Awards mostly.
Dude, I don't know why, but ever since we've done like the video game podcast, we've always done like our game of the year just after the new year. I don't know if there was like a rhyme or reason for it. I think maybe it has to do with like the 2-week vacation that we take at the end of the year.
I think we take the time because like we're still playing games. I think it's because like it's not technically not over. Like 2025 is not over after Game Awards ends, right? So
that's true.
So I'm guessing maybe there's some so people can get some more games in, maybe fill out the backlog, and then 2026 will be like, all right, so here's our games. Ernell was supposed to be on this episode, but unfortunately he had to be stupid and get sick.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah, what a freaking guy, dude. But he did do a write-up, so we'll be trying to interweave his or incorporate his list, his top 3 uh,
Yeah.
into this segment. So we're gonna go round robin, do our top three. We'll actually start with some honorable mentions. I think let's do. Do you want to do one or two honorable mentions?
Uh, Ernell wrote down 3, so I feel good
You
about 3.
Let's do three. So
3
six
honorable
total
mentions.
games, or six
Yeah.
total for each. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that seems good. All right, so Garrick, let's start with you, man. What's your honorable mentions?
Oh shit!
Honorable.
Wait, hold on. Hey, hang tight, hang tight.
Oh, he's got
I'm
to pull up
pulling
the
up
list.
the old list here. The old list here.
The old list.
Honorable mentions. I think for me, dude. This was kind of a funky year in gaming for
Yeah.
me personally. Like there was like a lot of really good games coming out, but like I slept on them, or like there was something about them that didn't draw me in, like whether it was like in the story or in the game's mechanics that kind of kept me away. uh Not because I'm a weird hater of like that particular genre. I'm fucking 33 years old and I kind of know what sort of games I like.
Mm-hmm.
um don't get me wrong. I do experiment with like different genres and unique gaming experiences on the regular. Uh, but like when it comes to like, you didn't play this like just because it was turn based? Yes, I'm sorry. Like that is a huge negative for me as a gamer, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not diminishing any like Expedition 33, right? I'm not diminishing Expedition 33, right? Or any turn-based game for that matter, right? But people that are just like, oh, just because, yes, that's a core gameplay mechanic, you fucking dingus. If I don't like that, I'm not gonna play it. But honorable mentions for me, are we just gonna do all three at once, or
Let's do all
just
three
one
at
at a
once,
time?
man. Let's just fucking
Okay.
boom, boom,
Honorable
boom.
mentions for me, I think, is going to be then uh Sword of the Sea, which is
Tell us about Sword of the Sea.
Yeah, Sword of the Sea is a like a third person like cozy like sort of adventure game. It was made by the developers who made the game Abzu. I don't know if you ever like if you're aware of that, but that's like it's like an atmospheric. It's a walking simulator, quote unquote. But like you're a diver and you're like going through and you're underwater the whole time. This still has some water based elements to it, but like Sword of the Sea is basically you are like this knight like revived, and you like literally ride around on these sand dunes on like a hover sword, and then you use that sword to like unlock the ocean and like refill the seas. It's like a pretty cool little like atmospheric title. It's only like a couple hours long. Next up for me, I would have to say is let's see here. Probably Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I really like side-scrolling beat 'em ups, but I feel like they're a difficult game to capture the essence of in like the modern era. Now, like they're kind of niche these days. Like not a lot of people wants to play like old game aesthetics just for them being old game aesthetics. But Marvel Cosmic Invasion reminded me very much of Captain America and the Avengers for the Super Nintendo. So I had a very, very pleasant experience with that. I think that game was like 2 hours long. Like me, Ernell, and Xander, like we played it and just played the whole thing together. It was like 16 like campaign levels. Had like a cool little story where you beat the fuck up out of a nihilist and unlock a couple of different characters along the way. It was just a very classic like side scroller experience. Enjoyed the hell out of it. And last but certainly not least, I think is going to be Wanderstop. Wanderstop
wow. I thought that would make your list, dude.
Dude, it's close, but there was another game that beat it out for me, which I will talk about. Wanderstop is definitely gonna. It's the top of my honorable mentions. Definitely, like I would say it's probably in my top five for 2025, but not necessarily my top three. This is a cozy narrative-driven game about a warrior who has lost their step and is very, very reluctantly working at a tea shop to try to overcome their trauma and everything that it comes with that. The game tries to tackle some very serious subject in a very gentle way. I like that. It's kind of all done through, the idea of service to others. You basically help run this tea shop. Odd characters come into this tea shop each chapter, which kind of represents a season, which represents change, which is a big theme in that game. So each season brings new customers and new fruits to brew different kinds of tea. I really enjoyed that experience. I love those kinds of games, and have continued to love them more and more as I've gotten older.
Sure, for sure. Hell yeah, man. Hell
What
yeah.
about you?
All right, man. Some honorable mentions I realized when making this list. I bought a lot of games, but I didn't play a lot of games.
Seen, felt, heard.
Yeah, man. I bought a lot of games I've meaning to play, but hadn't really played. Um, but here goes my honorable mentions. I'm gonna put in. Let's do date everything. Date everything. Really
Yeah,
cool
you played
indie
that for
game.
a minute.
Played that for a good minute. I didn't explore all the endings or anything. Um, but I think I think I like the idea of it, the concept of this game. But of course, it being pretty indie, it didn't explore like all the things that I would want in like a proclaimed dating sim. It's kind of more of like just like little
Yeah, it
short
was more of a
stories.
narrative game with dating elements, right?
Yeah, just dating elements. So the even though the writing was pretty good and the characters you kind of like you really enjoy, it feels shallow after you've kind of like finished their arc, you know, because you come back to them and they just repeat the same thing. So it wasn't as the dating part wasn't fully fleshed out, but the writing, the story, the narrative, and when you do get to interact with these characters, was really fun and really enjoyable. So I'm hoping they revisit this game, maybe a date everything too, and really flesh out those mechanics, um, or those dating elements. Or if they like incorporate that into a new game, I would be really sick too. Um, but yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's date everything. Oh, I forgot to explain date everything. For our listeners, viewers,
Oh yeah, like
date
a quick
Yeah, Date
plot summary.
Everything is an indie game where you are approached by you get sent this package of these glasses that basically turn everything in your home into a person that you can talk to and potentially be friends with, romance, or kind of make enemies with. Anything from a dust bunny to your computer monitor to your water heater to your dishwasher, your air fryer. Every character is like they have really great designs. They have a name that fits whatever appliance or object in your house. And writing's pretty fantastic. It's all fully voice acted as well. Um,
Yeah, and the voices are good.
voice good. A lot of different voice actors are attached to the. Some of your favorite voice actors are attached to that game.
Yes,
It's
probably.
definitely a great game to check out. Definitely a great game to check out just to have a little fun with. I was super excited and I bought it. And hopefully, I'm excited for what um those devs have for the future of not only maybe that series or maybe a future game. Who knows? Um, my second honorable mention is going to be Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6.
Ooh. Okay. All
Um,
right. Okay.
really
Okay.
good. A return to form for EA and DICE. Um, boots on the ground. Did a lot of the great things with the gameplay, the gunplay. The maps are great. The action is intense. Um, the story was lacking. The campaign, after I finished it, I felt empty and just confused.
Yeah, you were scalding. You were fairly scalding.
Yeah, I
Fairly,
was in my review. I was
deservedly
like,
so on the campaign.
yeah, the campaign is bad. And I know the multiplayer of that game is the focus, but yeah, that game
But
just,
there are people that play for the campaign, man. You know,
yeah, there's
like it
people playing for the
happens.
campaign, but it was definitely half-assed. And it makes my honorable mentions because it would have been in my top list, but lately I haven't been feeling like playing the game, and they've been doing a lot of things
That.
that go back on their promises for this game. Um,
Mm,
AI art within the calling cards and emblems that you can unlock in the game or through the battle pass. There are now like purchasable skins and pretty vibrant skins when they promised to just be more grounded. Um,
oh no, dude, fuck the Call of Duty skin thing.
yeah,
I hate that shit.
like
It's
if it's gonna be
immediately
skins,
immersion breaking.
if it's gonna be skins, can you just speak? Can we stick to the context of the game? Like let's stick it to
Yeah,
like different
dude. Like, what the
uniforms,
fuck? Like, what
military.
is this
Yeah,
fucking Fortnite, dude? What do you mean you're running around as a mini Godzilla? Get the hell out of here.
yeah, man. So and they're using AI for some of their stuff, and that is gone like unaddressed. The players notice it, but Dice nor EA have commented on that. So, uh, or at least not to my knowledge. And finally, for my final honorable mention, it's going to be Arc
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Raiders.
mm-hmm.
Arc
Ooh.
Raiders. Um, really sick, great game. Glad to see it come through as one of the more successful, probably the most successful extraction shooter to date. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it definitely brought the genre to mainstream. Like Hunt Showdown it tried and had a decent showing
mhm,
when it first launched, but it didn't hit like our Raiders did.
yeah. Um, everything's streamlined. Everything is easy to get into and accessible. You can get into games super fast and get
Yeah,
out of
dude, it
games too.
understands what the everyman, like the casual gamer. Everyman sounds
Yeah,
fucking sexist. I'm sorry. The casual gamer uh uh disliked about the genre and adjusted it accordingly.
yeah, and it's super fun. I love the aesthetics. It's kind of like this retro, futuristic kind of like, not near like Starfield aesthetic, but it's like kind of this like 70s 80s style of like retro future like ism and stuff like that, like with the design.
Yeah, love it.
um the lore is great. Again, the use of AI voice acting is still kind of like not like my cup of tea, but it's
Right, they don't
definitely
feel
not the
great
worst.
about it.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. But it's,
I do still like I do feel like things like art is more offensive still.
yeah, AIR is definitely more offensive, but and as long as the people didn't lose their jobs for voicing those, for lending their voice for the AI, and they got paid, or compensated fairly, then I think it's
Yes,
okay for what it is. It's still not like
there's
the
so much
worst.
about that we
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, but um, it's great. I got a lot of have had a lot of fun playing that, especially with Garrick here. Um,
Oh yeah, dude. I did have to like I went hard in the paint those first couple of weeks and had to
mhm.
like kind of pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, no. But I've been playing it much recently, but mainly I only play if I have someone to play with, or if Garrick asks me to play, I'll probably
Yep,
play.
yep.
Um, so with that being said, I still have it installed, so that means the game is good.
Oh, dude, it's
Game
on
is
it's
good.
on my hard drive, brother. We'll definitely have to we'll definitely have to circle back. I just needed to. I didn't want to like truly burn out to the point where like when I looked at it on my hard drive, I was like, eh.
For sure.
You ever got that way with a game? Like you're just like you played it into the fucking ground. You're like, I can't. Like I don't think I'm gonna play this for like years.
Mhm. No, for sure. For sure. Um, yeah, man, that's our me and Garrick's honorable mentions. I'm gonna read off Ernell's honorable mentions
Mm-hmm.
um in his write in here. He has Blueprints, which I have not
Good
played.
game. It's
Um,
good, but it's a little big brainy for me.
I gotcha. That's why I keep hearing. He has South of Midnight, which I forgot about. I should have put
Great
it in.
game. Great game. Fantastic story. I love it. The combat kind of sucked.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace Date Everything with South of Midnight because I genuinely do enjoy South of
I,
Midnight.
I
I
respect
still
that. I respect that actually.
I
I
I
really
haven't
liked
finished
South
it.
of Midnight. I gave it like an A5.
Yeah, dude, that game is great. I just dropped it for some reason. Oh, it was because I was playing it on Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass anymore. But I should
Oh
probably
yeah. Did
purchase
you
it
not
again.
finish it?
No, I got to like the second
Oh,
boss fight,
dude, it has a
second or
very,
third
very
boss fight.
satisfying. It is a very, very
I know I was
satisfying
working
ending.
toward it. I was streaming it, and it was really fun. But yeah, it was man, it was definitely. I definitely need to pick up that game whenever it gets on sale and actually own it. And also in his honorable mentions, he has Arc Raiders as well. So that
Two
is made
honorable
it.
mentions for our graders.
All right, man. Time to get into the meat and potatoes. Let's go into our
The main
top
taters.
three.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, I'll go first. Sure, why not? My number, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I had a hard time like really sussing this out this year. Um, I played a lot of really great games, but for me personally, there was not a ton that like wowed me in the same sense that I may have been wowed in years past. That wow factor can come from many different things, and it's not always a AAA game. Like obviously, I don't know if you guys remember like how hard I gushed for Jusant when that
Yeah.
game came out, right? Like that was I fucking loved that game, dude. Loved that game. Talked about it up and down, gave it like tried to give it its flowers at every corner. Um, but like it wowed me like not because it had the best graphics or the most fantastic story. Like I just like games that try to innovate in like their gameplay and in unique ways like that. Um, so I had a hard time putting together what I wanted my top three games to be this year. But with that said, my number three this year is The Midnight Walk.
Let's go talk about it, man.
Yep. So that is the game that just ever so slightly beat out Wanderstop. I really deliberated between those two games this year. The Midnight Walk won. I'm pretty sure it won Best VR Game. It won something at Game Awards. Um, but the Midnight Walk is made from the same developers who made another indie game called Lost in Random, which is like a stop motion claymation inspired game where it's like a dice based world. Well, this is a walking simulator VR style game that has a dark but sort of a um meta like world building to it. Uh the I would guess the simplest way to define it, because I was just like, how would I describe it without like trying too hard? Um is think like the meta style like storytelling of like the Lego movie, where like they are in like in a world, right, that is the table, and they acknowledge that they're on like a table and that this is their existence and that they're Legos, right, and that like their world is completely put together by like a master builder, right, somebody who builds the Legos. It's like that, but from a stop motion, like a claymation sort of experience with a horror twist on it. Um, so the Midnight Walk is a game about the burnt one is what you're called, and you are a unsculpted, uh, unlike definable clay figure. If you don't know shit about pottery, there are different methods for curing clay. The most common one is to use a kiln. If you leave something too long in a kiln, it burns, and it tends to crack, and it becomes like deformed and disfigured and destroyed. So you are this burnt clay being, and you walk through this game world that is like this twisting, weaving pathway that they call the Midnight Walk, that leads you to like different parts of this claymation, this clay sculpted universe, that exists like on this proverbial table. And it's not like meta in the sense that like, you know, you can see the edges of the table into the room beyond. Like, it's just they acknowledge that they are something made by another's hands, and it's very pivotal into the game's story. So you are the burnt one, and you find matches, and like you are tasked with completing the Midnight Walk with the intent of reigniting the sun, their light. Since the sun has gone out, many citizens in this clay universe have like become dormant, and these clay abominations have come to life. And it's a very interesting tale, because it's not necessarily a narrative in the sense that like it's beautifully dialogue written. Like, it's all world. It's a visual narrative. That's the word that's the script I was looking for. And they use this visual narrative to kind of to push the story along. And it's kind of told in like a dark, like storybook fashion. With like, there's a narrator, the burnt one doesn't talk. And as you're making your way down the Midnight Walk, you find your light, which is like this little clay pot that act as like a candle. And you light them with your little flame, and then you and this flame go on down the Midnight Walk, encountering these creatures that consume this fire, and meeting the denizens of these burnt out towns. Ultimately left with the decision at the end of the game to ignite the sun or not. Choosing to do one or another both comes with their own set of in-game consequences. I won't spoil it. It's not like super like narrative heavy, but it is one of those games where like, as you spend your time on this quiet walk with these characters doing these things, when it comes to an end, you're like, oh, it's over now. And the ending is framed in such a way that like your actions do have like an ultimate consequence, whether you choose to ignite that fire or ignite that fire and reignite that sun. I chose to ignite the sun, and cried. It was just, it was a great game, man. Like, I like games that can evoke emotional responses without and make you like feel for characters, especially characters that don't ever say a word. Right, like that voiceless protagonist that you can insert your shoes into, and like this little flame that you guide along the midnight walk. They make an impact on you and on the characters that you meet in the game world. And I really enjoy experiences like that. I'm a personal fan of walking simulators, quote unquote. If they have great atmosphere and fantastic world building and narratives, it's a good way to hook me in. I like kind of playing through that cinematic movie like experience, inserting myself into like the shoes of that protagonist. And that's why the Midnight Walk makes my number 3.
Nice. Nice. All right. Man, that I was been I have my eyes on that game. I definitely want to check it out, especially now after it is made your list.
It's a tight game too, man.
Mhm.
4 to 6 hours,
Hell
maybe,
yeah.
depending on how you consume that sort of thing.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Um. Yeah, man. I'll definitely check it out. Um.
Hell yeah.
But I am going to go for my number 3. And I'm gonna make this
Give it to
quick
us. Give it to us.
because it's kind of cheating. But it did release last year, and Garrick already knows what I'm talking about. So
Oh?
it is Escape from Tarkov, baby. Escape from Tarkov. Woo! Escape from Tarkov. Woo!
Yeah, he cheated a little bit.
Yeah, it's
He,
a
he
little
just
bit.
he capitalizing on that good old 1.0.
Yeah, I mean, the game is, of course, it's not the biggest difference from its previous version in 1.0, but is definitely coming into form. Um, it's one of the games that I find myself like just sinking a ton of hours into, and I'm not even like playing it. I'm genuinely I would sign on like I would do dailies for for a mobile game. Like I'll be like, all right, let me set up the thing and the thing. All right, send the scav out
Oh
to
yeah.
like the management
Hmm.
is just all right there. Like it's multiple layers of game in one game. Which
Yes.
I admire
Yes.
about Tarkov a lot. Like I said previously in the episode, there's this rich lore. It seems like the dev team is committed to just keep adding to the game and making changes and um, evolving the game and also fixing the game up to a better state. So I mean, it's up to them if they're gonna hold those promises. But it seems very. I'm optimistic about it. That game is my intro to extraction shooters. And honestly, I don't know, no other game gives me that feeling, um like the absolute highs of that game. I don't think can be replicated in any other game for me. uh and like I said, it's very immersive. Story is great. The new campaign and new story tasks are really engaging. There is like some hitches in there in terms of like there's some time gated stuff, and
Oof.
and the progression is based off of your progression within the game, so you can't just kind of brute force your way through the story. It kind of relies on you to actually go out there and complete things and do things that are difficult to do, to get the desired ending that you would want. Uh, and
Which
I
there's
want to go
multiple of.
multiple of, and I want to get the best ending, so I have to do the hard route. Some of the
The
hard
grind.
routes in the game. So it's definitely a grind, but it adds to the gameplay, gets you playing, gets you doing things that you wouldn't necessarily do. Um, and I find myself playing that a lot in my free time. But that is my number 3, and we'll go to Ernell's number 3 very quickly. His little
Yeah, read it
his
off.
he has Dispatch at number 3. And Ernell
Haven't
says,
played it and really, really want to.
yeah, This game truly doesn't get the flowers it rightfully deserves. 2025's Dispatch is what happens when an out of this world voice cast meets incredible storytelling and fun, original gameplay, and I seriously loved every second of it. These sorts of games have a way of making you fall in love with the characters, and this was no exception to the rule. As I felt the same camaraderie that this group of defunct villains turned to heroes felt by the time their arc had come to a peak, and I was really left with only two feelings: pure unbridled happiness as I was wiping tears from my eyes, and the gut wrenching realization that there was not more of this story available for me to play. This one is a big time recommendation to all the folks out there who love the characters that video games give us. Shout out, man.
I definitely need to play that. Dude, I learned like a really funny fact about this game,
Mhm.
like not that long ago. So I guess like a good majority of the game is not like in-engine like gameplay. A lot of it is pre-recorded cutscenes with
Yeah.
like gameplay mechanics layered over the top, and
Mhm.
it's like impossible to pirate because there's no game to pirate.
Yeah, like you look in the files, it's genuinely just
It's
like
like MP4s.
videos. Yeah, it's just MP4s all over.
And so like if you when pirates have tried to like crack the game, they like it's all fucked up because the game coding isn't lining up with like when they're separating and repacking the game and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's really fucking funny that like just they're like, yeah, fuck you, eat shit pirate, like we just chose to do a unique thing and now you have to eat crow. Buy our game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. It's crazy, and also it stops the gooners. It stopped the gooners for a little bit. The goon artists, if you will.
Oh yeah,
from
for like the modding community, right?
Yeah, they like
Making
or the 3D
mods and shit.
modelers. They can't pull off a 3D. They can pull the models off to like, make
Oh, that's right.
make the
Yes.
content that they wanted to make.
There was no mesh. There was no mesh.
No mess for them to
to
download or steal.
yeah,
So, yeah, shout out to
that's
Dispatch,
funny as
man.
fuck.
Man, we're already approaching 56 minutes. All right, man. You're number 2, brother. You're number 2.
My number
make it snappy.
two.
Make it snappy right now. Right now.
Oh, dude, easy peasy. My number two was a much easier decision. My number two and number one were much easier. My number two game of the year was without a doubt Dying Light: The Beast. Man, holy shit! I will say it loud with my whole chest from the rooftops. This is the best the franchise has ever had to offer. The parkour is a fantastic mix between what the first and second games have to offer. We've got a complete reintroduction of vehicles, which have very, very satisfying drive. I don't know what the fuck anybody had to critique about that shit. I love driving in that game. But then again, maybe I am just of superior stock because I also drive exclusively first person in Cyberpunk. If you drive third person in that game, you're an animal. It's immersion breaking as fuck.
I
can't do it.
I do the first person until I start getting a headache. I'm like, I'm moving to third person.
Dude, I can't do third person driving, but I don't know, maybe that's just something that like I've personally become accustomed with, and so I enjoy that experience, and that's kind of how this is layered, obviously because it's a first person game. But I really like everything they added to it. This is hands down the best and most unique and interesting setting. I love like the idea of like the villas, like the Eastern European villas and the Western Alps and the forests and the farmlands and all of that. These hosts that house these zombies, dude. Zombies in the forest is just that's such an aesthetic, dude. One that I personally really vibe with. The story was very straightforward, but I will double down and be the guy that says, as a fan, wholeheartedly, the stories of Dying Light have always been very like blockbuster run-of-the-mill movie safe, and that's fucking fine because their gameplay and their setting and their atmosphere is what make them so strong and such powerful staples both in the survival horror and the zombie genres, which don't have like a lot of like fresh games getting released in their repertoire anymore. I honestly like Dead Island and Dying Light are kind of like our big zombie games, like unless you're like a COD, like you said, a COD zombie fan. And so getting to finally play this game that was originally delayed because it was supposed to just be a fucking DLC for Dying Light 2 that turned into a standalone title that was worthy of being a standalone title. I loved this game, man. I go back and I get my zombie slays in regularly. I don't even think about really reinstalling the other two games right now. Because if I want to play a Dying Light and I want to something and I want to experience that Dying Light universe, the Beast has everything that I could possibly want from this sort of game. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's going to be every awesome core Dying Light experience you've ever loved. Plus, you get zombie superpowers. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It is. Yeah, I was. It was on my wish list. I didn't pick it up. Um, but
It's so fun, man. Great game.
I need to check it out, man. I need to check it out.
Dude, you would love it from a single player experience. Like as speaking as a person who enjoys like living in that game and getting into like their own head canon, like when they're exploring the world, there's lots for you to engage in that sense, dude.
Hmm. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah. Number two for me. Number two.
Number two.
Number two, especially how I spoken pretty highly of this game when I reviewed it. It is The Outer Worlds 2, baby. Outer Worlds 2. We got that on lock. The sequel to the highly acclaimed AA title, The Outer Worlds.
Yes. I'm really
The
glad that you included this game. Mostly because I refuse to be that person that waits 5 years to acknowledge that Outer Worlds 2 is actually a really good game, like what they happened with the first game.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It is it's really good. I haven't finished it. It kind of fell into my backlog after a while cuz I was just focused on other stuff. But I still installed. I'm
Other
going to
stuff, meaning
return.
Escape from Tarkov.
No, Tekken. It was Tekken and then Escape from
Oh, it's
Tarkov.
Tekken.
But uh I thoroughly enjoy this game. I need to see the ending of it. So I'm gonna try to play it soon. Because I still haven't installed, so that means I need to return to it, complete it.
Hmm.
Um,
Do it.
and but the game is great. The writing is Obsidian's writing is just top shelf, man. The combat feels way better than the first game, especially the first. It's just the first game, but just better in every single way. The story is very intriguing. There's some twists and turns. Your build and the way you build your character seems to matter. In because whatever you choose, is like a path through like conquering certain objectives, and and you can even see like if you chose like a different stat or a different path. um
Yeah, they don't like tell you what the dialogue is, but they do like hint that like there was the
oh,
potential for another option if you would have used that stat, right?
yeah, if like, oh yeah, if you had a high medicine, you could help diagnose this man like on the spot. But if you didn't, or it would just like have a
Hmm.
question mark, or like in certain situations, like when it calls for it, um you can like butt in. It's kind of like Mass Effect in that way. um or even Cyberpunk. Like Cyberpunk is of a lesser degree because like it kind of just changes what V says or what V does in a moment. It doesn't really
Right.
change the outcome of the dialogue or the interaction with that character. Um, but in Our Worlds 2 it does. So really great stuff. Uh, but yeah, that's my number two. Ernell says
Hell yeah. That's a good number two.
his number two is Ghost of Yote. Ghost of
Fuck, I need to
Yote,
play
man.
that, dude. Haven't picked it up. Haven't picked it up.
Yeah, man. It is. Um, he says, after spending a ton of time realizing that I actually really liked Assassin's Creed Shadows, I was not prepared for what Ghost of Yotei was going to do to me. I'm a huge fan of Ghost of Tsushima, enough so that it's one of the very few games I've ever taken the time to play to its full completion. So when the sequel was
Mm-hmm.
announced, you can bet your ass I had the pre-order locked in right away. On release day, I fired that bad boy up, and let me tell you, I was in love. It was everything I admired from its predecessor and more. It was everything Assassin's Creed Shadows wanted to be. The insane part, I'm 70 plus hours into the game and still have not beaten the campaign. Say what you will, but I feel like I'd be a fool to not put this as one of my favorite games of the year, simply due to how much glee it's giving me. The story of Atsu is quite simply breathtaking, and I hope everyone gets a chance to share that with me. Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, man. We're moving on to our game of the year. My brother, I probably already know what this is.
Oh yeah, my game of the year is going to come out of shock to absolutely no one, man. It's like you can mark your calendar by that shit, because if a Monster Hunter game is on the fucking release calendar, not a spin-off, a mainline game, if one of those bad boys is getting released, it's almost guaranteed that it is going to tickle me pink, because of course my game of the year is Monster Hunter Wilds. So yeah, DJ, if that was your guess, you were 100% correct.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a while since like we've talked about it, but I knew as soon as it was revealed last year that you're like, "Oh fuck yeah. This is it. This is it."
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. My reaction at fucking Game Awards when that game got announced. Dude, I just shitted and pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Dude, like this shit was such a and then it took 2 fucking years after that announcement was made for that game to release. And it is the most visually stunning Monster Hunter to date, with the most breathtaking and alive ecological environments ever shown in the Monster Hunter franchise. This is also the most accessible game ever in the Monster Hunter franchise, even more so than Monster Hunter Worlds, which is nuts because Monster Hunter Worlds was already like a huge increase in like accessibility to the franchise. And we made another benchmark when this game released this year by being the first ever completely cross-play Monster Hunter experience. It added so many different features and things to the game that it's hard to not fall in love with. I love that there are 5 different environments that if you leave your camp, your base camp, from the very first map, you can go out into that environment and walk through every single zone and environment in the game without ever hitting a load screen. Now, I will say, when it comes to hunting monsters, that's not how you play the game, but as a person who enjoys those immersive experiences, I like to load into the game and go on what I call a hunting tour, where I will literally load my hunter into the environment, I pick my gear and load my shit in to my backpack, and then I walk out of the camp, and I only hunt what I see and what is available as I traverse from each environment, and then I get to the last environment available, right, where you can no longer transition to another one, and then I consider my hunt complete, right? And so I love that I can do that and engage in Monster Hunter in that way for the very first time ever. Your secret is an upgraded mount that you got from Monster Hunter Rise, which with the Palamute, which I really loved those. But the secrets are fucking chocobos on crack, dude. I love them. They're even better. You have the ability to glide around. They can auto track and guide you to your quest targets. And they can carry a second weapon for you. So for the first time ever in Monster Hunter history, you can have a second weapon, main weapon equipped. They've always kind of had like a secondary something or other that they've kind of worked into the newer games is like this is your flavor item, like your flavor mechanic for this franchise or for this title. And the dual weapons is definitely the highlight of this one. Being able to like equip two different elements of the same weapon type or two different weapon types that benefit from very similar skill loadouts is really fantastic and super versatile. Uh, I love this game. It has the most cohesive and most interesting and engaging campaign that Monster Hunter has ever had, because the story is not generally something that most people give a fuck about. I actually found myself not wanting to skip dialogue or cutscenes, which I am super fucking guilty of doing in old Monster Hunter games because I don't care. I want to kill that fucking thing. I want to fucking cut its head and its tail and its wings off and go make a cool fucking sword and coat out of it, right? And then
Yeah.
go use that cool sword and coat to go fight the next biggest thing because that's ultimately what Monster Hunter has always been about. So, for it to have so many of accessibility changes, so many quality of life increases, on top of it being just the most interesting and beautiful Monster Hunter game we've ever gotten. I'm I haven't gotten to Hunter rank 100 yet, so I haven't been able to fight the new title update for Monster, the Elder Dragon Gogmazios, which is like a gigantic tar dragon. He's amazing. He's an older monster from a previous game, so we're all really excited that he's back. And it's about time that we could be getting the announcement for the inevitable expansion that Monster Hunter Wilds will experience, which I will instantly be purchasing. It will be a no brainer. I literally I can't give this game enough praise. I know it had some struggles at its launch with PC performance. From what I understand, every bit of that has been fixed. And that a lot of the complaints are just like really high end computer users who are upset that their incredibly expensive computer doesn't do exactly what they spent their money on, which I guess is fine and valid, but also, whatever. And so, like, I encourage anybody who has ever wanted to play a Monster Hunter game and found it interesting on paper, but not necessarily accessible to you as a player. Now is the time to play. Please play Monster Hunter. I cannot stress that shit enough. Play Monster Hunter. It's a fantastic franchise. This is a fantastic new game. I've put just about 100 hours into Monster Hunter Wilds so far, and will undoubtedly put in many, many, many more.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to Monster Hunter, dude.
I love Monster Hunter so much. So much.
And this is gonna be a double because me and Ernell came to the same conclusion for Game of the Year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and it is going to be Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It cannot be understated how great this game is for what they were able to accomplish with this, the developers of this game. It is remarkable. It didn't it sucked me in very similarly to Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe not to the strength as Baldur's Gate 3. I think, that Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, those two games are in Mass Effect, those two games still are in my top echelon of video games of all time for me. But Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is up there, man. The music in and of itself is
Even I
so,
listen to the soundtrack.
dude, it is incredible. It is it is so captivating. the story is so it's not even it's not like predictable. There's so many twists and turns. And as soon as you start getting it, it starts to, unravel, and you have to like tackle um so many questions and subtext about grief and your existence. It is very moving. It's a very moving piece of art. In terms of the story, the writing, the
It is a very
characters,
artful game.
very artful game, man. The combat is turn based, but more of a JRPG style. Very involved turn based. Still turn
Mhm.
based, but you can still parry, dodge, and you don't have to actually take hits from um the enemy while it's their turn. And the setups you can do are really great. Um, the fights are pretty challenging. Um, man, it is. I haven't finished the game. I kind of put it down, but after seeing everything about this game, it winning game of the year, I'm gonna re-download it. Or I actually bought it on Steam. I was playing it through Game Pass. I bought it on Steam, from the winter sale. So I'm gonna download it and play it. Hopefully, I can link to my Xbox account so I
Yeah,
can get my
man,
saves.
it's in my wish list on my PlayStation account. I will probably never buy it. I'm being real. Only because like I learned a lesson with Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate
Gate,
3.
yeah,
Like I purchased that game because everyone's just like it's so good. You're gonna have such a good time because like I love playing D&D, dude. I love creating like my own characters and my own headcanon and stuff. And like I played Baldur's Gate 3 for like an hour and I was just like, I wasted $70. Fuck.
yeah,
And literally never ever fucking play it, like instantly, like just I've never installed it or played it again or even thought about playing it again.
yeah. I can't even. I know I'm
Maybe
probably
I
not
should
gonna
just watch a
recommend.
playthrough of
You definitely
Expedition
watch it.
33.
You definitely watch a playthrough. You should watch a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 2 or Baldur's Gate 3. And watch that as well, because I definitely think you would enjoy it. Because the game, but it's so crazy because with the thing with Baldur's Gate, it's so much player agency that I feel like you get frustrated at the choices that other people would make for for their character.
Watching a
Yeah,
playthrough,
you're
yeah,
like,
you'd be like, "Why
fuck,
would
like,
you
why would
do
you do
that? I
that?
wouldn't do
Yeah,
that."
like, bro, what? Like, what would you? Yeah. So for the Baldur's Gate one, you had to find a good playthrough, like a good one.
Find a playthrough that aligns with the character you might make.
Yeah, for sure. Good, but the good thing that community is always like, oh, playing as the Dark Urge, fucking Drow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're
Yeah, yeah.
really into it. So, but I would watch some of it, and see if you enjoy the way the combat looks, because I'm pretty sure you can gauge how the combat can feel if you watch someone play it. Um, in an extensive mode. So like maybe you'll be like, okay, maybe this is a little bit more my speed. It's not like too turn basey, it's not like but it's still. I think this game is something you might really enjoy, especially just through the story and writing alone. The music alone, like you said, it's great. The boss battles are epic. It's man that Claire, like, it deserved those awards, man. Definitely deserved those awards.
Yeah, I
Let's.
use the OST all the time for like when I'm playing Warhammer and stuff
Mhm.
because the boss music is epic as fuck.
It's so good, man. Like, what's it, like 8 hours worth of soundtrack? Like, that's
Yeah,
just
it's a
insane.
lot.
That's just insane. But let's see what Ernell says about Claire Obscure. He says, "Yeah, you're probably not surprised by this, but the critics aren't kidding around here. The game is really that good, and it's such a representation of love for the craft of video game development. It's shown in every orifice of this game." It would be Ernell to use that term.
Why? Yeah, dude, for real.
From the charming characters to the beautiful artwork, all the way to the incredibly refreshing and heart crushing story that was written for this grand adventure. There's really not much else for me to say here. This game didn't get the reputation it has for nothing. Everything about it is pitch perfect, and to be quite frank, they really just don't make games like this anymore. It's been on the forefront of my mind in ways I felt only for the greats like 2018's God of War, or when I first found Final Fantasy VII as a child. 2025 was an amazing year for gaming, but if there's any game you would absolutely need to experience from it, it's this one. Just do it for those who come after. Yeah. He even tied in the famous line. All right. And that is it for us, because this has been Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your source for all the nerdy pop and for video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear each and every week. If you like what you heard, you can head over to our patreon.com/GoodKrakenPods, where you can get exclusive content, discounts on merchandise, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. You can also help us level up our game by joining the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down in our description section below, then subscribing to our podcast channel by searching for Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We have to go, everyone, but until next time, for those who come after and before
Play good
and
video
in
games.
between, let's go!